Hi guys and welcome. These are your handover videos for your Coachman Acadia 565. These are essentially a basic walkthrough video on how to set up and operate the caravan as if you were coming on or off site. Starting off first, we have your black hitch head here and black lever. You have to have your black lever up to be able to wind the jockey wheel down onto the tow ball. We'll then snap down that black handle, push up this red button and expose a green ring. You then have your breakaway cable here. Breakaway cable has to go through an eye point, as legality states. If not, wrap it around the tow bar. You then have your handbrake just here, which you engage and disengage at the top. You then have 13-pin electric as well, so if you do have 7-pin adaptation, make sure to bring yourself an adapter. I'm using test equipment today here, so I have a red propane gas bottle with an in-date gas hose. Now, I'd always recommend propane over butane just because it has a better performance through winter due to its lower freezing temperature. Gas hoses like this that are black will run for 5 years. That connects onto the top of this regulator here. Now you can hand tighten that to an extent and then just nip it up using a spanner. You don't want it ridiculously tight as there is an O-ring and it will put pressure on the O-ring which can cause it to crack and break. Once both sides are firmly connected, twist the gas bottle in the positive or open direction. 2 points either side and 2 points at the back, you have inserts for your legs. The caravan itself does come with a leg winder, or you can get yourself a 19mm drill bit and a power drill just to make it that bit quicker. Do not attempt to jack up or level the caravan using your legs, they are simply used for stabilisation. Coming round to the opposing side, we're not running the water through today as it has been a bit frosty recently and all of the caravans have been left in the drain valves, but I will give you a synopsis. Just here we have your flue. Your flue is used to get clean air in and out of your boiler. Don't have to do anything with this except make sure it's nice, clean and tidy. Just here is your inlet for the water, so the water pushes in to just here and then you can press down the cap slightly to lock it into place. I will show you the actual water pump inside the caravan. Just next to it we have your battery locker. This example does have a battery fitted, however if you ever need to take it on or off you need to get either a 12 or 13mm spanner to disconnect the terminals, or that battery spanner just there. Then you have a plug-in for your mains just here, plugs in nice and easy. You also have a bit of a cutout to be able to feed through the mains lead. Just here we have your 2 points for where your wastewater will come out of. You'll need some 28.5mm waste pipe to then feed into a waste master that you can empty out at the appropriate point on site. Then lastly we have your toilet function. So first up we have your cassette toilet. To remove the cassette toilet, press up on the handle and pull out towards you. Now this handle as well does also extend out and up. Can then be used as a carry-on suitcase essentially. Twist this head to the side, open up that cap just there. You want to tilt, and at the same time as tilting, continually pressing your vent button. You can also open up this compartment here. This is only my recommendation. Feed into fresh water like I've done, give it a bit of a shake, and again, tilt and vent. Then on this cap here you have measurements in both imperial and metric, and that is for your blue chemical. Blue chemical goes onto that cap, twist it back to the side and then push it in so the orange handle sits behind those white teeth. Then just above we have your flush tank. The flush tank itself can hold around 12 litres of water, however you don't want to put any more than 10 in really, as you don't want to overfill the compartment. You can also add a little bit of pink chemical which works as a bleach without being corrosive. Now you don't want to travel with either of these two full. They're just up here, got a little bung to drain off any remaining water inside the system. The caravan itself will be fully drained off before you leave with it. Then underneath your right hand side seat we have all of this here, so I wouldn't recommend storing anything under here because you don't want it to break. Just next to your boiler, which is this here, you can also pull down the panel if you ever need to do a reset. You have these two drain valves. Now, they're both in the vertical position, which is the drain position, which is the position that you will collect the caravan. When you want water to flow through, you have to flick them both to the horizontal position, and it can be horizontal either side. November to March, have that up permanently unless you're actively using the caravan, and any time you come off site, just give it a quick drain off as well. This blue box is essentially your brain box for your motor mover, and again, if you ever need to do a reset, you pull back that little panel to be able to access it. Now press in this and we have all of your trips and fuses just here. All of your trips in the upright position and all of your fuses in the correct position there as well. Then just here we have your main control panel. So you turn on the caravan using that button there. It will flash up, and whatever's been on previously, that will also turn on. You have internal lights, then your awning lights, so press that in, go to the outside and you can see your awning lights on there. Turn that off, and then you have a reading for the amount of power coming in. Do have to press it in, and as you can see, it's on full. That button is redundant. They use this sort of system on their motorhomes, and that's something to do with the motorhome system. Then you have your pump. So you press in that button, make sure your drain valve's in the correct position, and then you open up your tap for around 30 seconds just to ensure that everything's coming out correctly. I do recommend waiting about 2 to 3 minutes after you've pressed the pump, especially if you've not used the caravan in a little bit of time. And just here we have your water pump. So this connects in by just pressing in, and you can flick down the what's it called, cap, there we go, cap, to lock it into place. Then you have this plastic cap to go over the top of the acroll to ensure no nastiness gets in. Then you have your strainer at the bottom. Now it's crucial that the strainer sits at the bottom of the barrel, as otherwise it can lead to coughs, gasps, and splutters. Fat tongue today. Then next to it, we have your Acadia wet central heating. So, flashes up and it goes to your home screen here. So, first up, we have your internal temperature. It's currently set to 5 and it goes up. Hold up, there we go. In 0.5, and you can also press and hold it as well, and it will gradually increase. Now, whatever you set it to, it will get to that temperature in around about an hour's time. With regards to the outer panel, you do also have your coolant system inside here. Now, we've set it so that it is above the minimum by at least 3 millimeters. Whenever you have it serviced, they will also check that for you. Don't have to do anything with it unless you're using it near enough every day. Then we have, oh, there we go. Then we have your water temperature. So it's currently off. If I have it halfway, that will get the water temperature to around about 40 or 50 degrees. If I have it on full, it will get the water temperature to around about 60 or 70, and it will also prioritise the water over the heating of the actual caravan for around about an hour. Once that hour is completed, it will then drop it back down to midway. Then we have your power source. So you've got a choice of either gas by pressing in just here, or mains with either 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts. Now do be aware that some sites do not have 3 kilowatt capacity, or you can do a mixture of both with either 1, 2 or 3. Then I can press this button here and it goes to some additional settings. I'm not going to run through this, as we have set it to what we believe is the most user-friendly to use. But if you have a look inside your book pack, it will give you a representative of everything. Now, naturally, this panel will also fade off, so it doesn't disturb you whilst you sleep, but the green LED will always be active. If you want this completely off, press in, comes up as off, no more green light. Then just here, we have your toilet system. So, flick up that. You can press in this button here and you can hear that motor. That motor is what will push away any water inside the system. Then to remove your waste, press away on the handle, opens up the catch, and then pull it back towards you. When the cassette is full, there'll be a red light underneath that to tell you to go and empty. And just here we have your hob grill and oven. Now all of this operates on gas minus the electric plate. For the electric plate, spin it to whatever mark you want and it will get to temperature. Everything else, you have to press in on the dial, twist it to the side and press the igniter. This is what it looks like when they're all lit. As you can see, all your burners nice and lit. Turn it off, flick it back to the central position. Now it may be a case that those flames will light and then turn itself off. That's just the gas making its way through its system. Then it's the same concept for your grill. As you can see, grill nice and lit. And finally, your oven. So let's see if I can do this with one hand. And there you can see your oven nice and lit as well. Only other real thing to note, you need to travel with this glass lid down, but don't put it down until all the burners are cold to the touch. You can travel with the gas hose on, but make sure that the gas bottle is off. And just here we have your fridge operation. So take off that little panel there. Then you can turn this on by pressing and holding. It will flash up and go to its most recent memory, which in this case was gas on full capacity. You can change the mode by pressing the button that says mode, and it goes over to mains. Press it again and it will go to auto. Auto automatically chooses what the fridge thinks is the best source to use. Now when I press it again, it's going to go over to 13 pin electric. That is not leisure battery. That's only when you're plugged into the car. So when I press it, it begins to flash up and beep at me, telling me there's a hazard. Press it again, goes over to gas. Now the gas, I wouldn't recommend using it until you've checked all your hob grill and oven, just because you want to make sure that the gas is in the system. Then we have your temperature gauge. So press in this button here, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. 5 being the most powerful, so it's going to chill it the quickest. Now you do also have some child locks on the side here as well. So flick both of them away, opens up the fridge and you can see all your lights on there. And flick your fridge back. Now the reason they have these is essentially that will keep on continuously. If you want to turn this completely off so the fridge is no longer operating, press and hold in. No more lights, that means it's off.